Hello there, and we are live. See ya, ladies and gentlemen. You are welcome to another episode of Real Talk Show. But of course, this guy needs no introduction. He has been here. Me and him have, you know, we've shared the seat together. He's been on the hot seat. From there, we had a group show together, although that's disbanded right now because everyone just couldn't just work at the same time. So, it was so difficult. But right now, I just want to work with this my brother at any time that he could have time, and me too. I could have time too. So, guys, brace up for coming shows between me and him. And it will also be nice for me to go to his channel too, because I see he likes doing lots of solo shows. It will be nice to, I mean, he's one of these guys. Yeah, he has this underground thing going. Yeah, I mean, it's a one man. See, because me too. I'm a one man ranger. I like being a one man ranger. I don't care. Me against the world. I don't mind. This brother is a ranger, although many people like him, but he's also a lone ranger. He does things alone on his channel. See ya, guys. Yeah, this guy I really respect. Back of the Net podcast is down here with us. He gets a po. He's a clinic, guys. Po. Talk to those people, my brother. How are you doing? Back of the Net podcast. Talk to those people.
Thank you so much for having me on, man. Listen, Matt from Back of the Net. Listen, a lot of the solo stuff that people that follow me can see, it's more the TikToks. I'm just doing 1 minute TikToks daily. And then with the YouTube, the only reason why it's not out so often, I had an issue letting people know now, no one knew. But my intro, the person that gave me music sent something to YouTube. So it kept saying copyright. So I'm in the midst of sorting all that out. So at the moment, I'm not posting without an intro. But I'm back. As I messaged you today, I said I'm free, so let's go. But listen, thanks for having me on. People that support me, thank you. People that are not, come follow me. If you're not following Tony, make sure.
Make sure, guys. Simple words. Make sure. I like all these small phrases, but there ain't gonna be any, little phrases as we start this skirmish right here. See it, Back of the Net podcast. You know me, I pile up the pressure. See, man. I mean, spot on director, man. Let's chew on that first of all, man, because that's been a problematic issue with Arsenal Football Club. It has affected us on and off the pitch for some reasons. Arsenal, since when Edu left the football club, Arsenal have been dancing around and flirting with a host of lots of spot-on directors being named from side to side. Arsenal would even be linked with a fisherman at this time. With the way I was seeing a couple of weeks ago, we were linked to Rosicky, a former Arsenal player. I don't look at him like a legend, but he was a cult hero. Arsenal linked to that guy. Arsenal linked to Ashburton, or one guy like that from Manchester United. One dude like that. I don't even like that person. Yeah, throw that all away. Arsenal linked to one guy called Olabe, who was the former sporting director of Real Sociedad. Yeah. That news passed. And from yesterday night till this morning, a different name just surrounded everywhere, across the dailies. And it's not the person than a guy called Andrea Berta. My brother, man, talk to these people about this Andrea Berta. Talk to these people why you think that we need a sound spot-on director for starters, because the problems we're in. The unique nature of the kind of spot-on director we need. We don't need a yes man. We need someone who would say, hey, go bring in a William 3.0. And the spot-on director would say, hell no. We need world-class players in this football club. We deserve players who could be able to play for the Barrage. Do you think Andrea Berta is that kind of guy? We could say, Arsenal fans, we can start to dream again. And in Josh's words, we can actually get excited. Talk to these people, man, uninterrupted.
No, you know what it is? I feel like, for me, we've gone, I don't know when everyone starts supporting Arsenal, but I grew up on David Dean, Ken Freya, the other guy, Peter Hillwood. That's the Arsenal I know. So when I think about setup of board level, that's what I want. I know football's changed over the years. We've got these sporting directors. But I want someone that when you hear David Dean talk, me and Arsene, we work together, such and such. And it wasn't a case of, oh, this player, like Arteta, I can just imagine Arteta going, I want that player, no matter what they're getting. If the player is that good, there's not even a bit of a challenge. You know what I mean? And great clubs, that's what you get. Big up. And that great clubs, that's what you kind of get. And I don't know much on Berta. I can't lie, because I was a bit like, oh, that was a bit left field, because I saw Ashworth, I saw the guy from Leverkusen, Simon Rolfers, Jason Ito that was linked, but I don't think he was really in the contention. I think it's just that nicety of being, oh, you're at the club, let me act like you're on the list. You're not really on the list, you know? But the main thing for us as well is that we just need someone that can sell and buy players correctly. All right. Let's talk about Liverpool, our title rivals. Liverpool do business very good. When it comes to selling players, there's not many teams that do it better than them. I'm seeing Nunes linked to clubs for 90 million. Are you crazy?
Guys, let that sink. Guys, don't allow this point fly away, because I mean, back of the net podcast. Yeah, I mean, he brings in lots of points. Sometimes you could just, I mean, because sometimes it's very, very cool with it. I mean, it just slowly passes. Please repeat what you just said again. I mean, talk to the people.
I can't
repeat what you just said again.
A team in Saudi was linked with Darwin Nunes for 90 million. Now, my thing to you, Tony, as well is, why is it us as a club, we cannot sell players for big money? That's why, for example, when we sold Iwobi for the money, I said, what? How much? What? I was so shocked. You know, I started looking at these things like, what? Eddie Nketiah, what? 30, what? Because I think to myself, we had players as well. We can sell for big money, but we do this thing: loan obligation, 10 mil. Like signings, for example, people like Kieran Tierney, I can kind of forgive the Tierney one, because he's always had that affection with Celtic. We always knew him coming. He was always going back there. That was his club. Scotland's for him. That's fine. But it's now time to get the decisions right. We've built this project, right? And it's supposed to be year 5 of it now. It hasn't banged what we wanted, right? So what we have to look at now.
By phase 5, right? Project phase 5. Oh my days.
So now we have to look and say, do you know what? Let's get this sporting director in now. Yeah, let's get him in now.
Yeah.
At least by the summer, this director's already there, and he's already started making a plan. Going, who is it you're linked with? I'm not sure on that one. What I think will work for you is this, because we need someone that will rebuttal Mikel a bit, because that's what the only reason why I didn't want Alabe, because it's the Sociedad connection, the Spanish connection. Oh we get him for you from Sociedad and this. I don't want niceties anymore. I want to be run like a serious football club. Liverpool got McAllister for 35 million. And that remember that signing as well was left field. We were all like, what?
Yeah.
Look what he's done for him. Gravenberch, all of these type of things. And that's what I want to see. And we're on the cusp of it. Look at our team. We have a very good team, but we're just not getting over the line yet. And we don't want to keep missing these chances, because we've got players in that team that are going to go, do you know what? I've given you enough, you know. You're not.
I would like to jump in there, man. I mean, you just said, we have a good team. I mean, in my slow voice, do we really have a good team? I mean, Trossard. Let's just look at the basics. Just for next season, Trossard hasn't signed a new deal. Let's be very frank. Back of the net podcast, Then just look at it with the eye test. You don't even need to get to numbers or whatever. Just go with the eye test. Trossard hasn't signed a new deal. He might leave concretely by the summer. Throw that all away. Martinelli, as I've heard, as of this morning, they've been pitching him since a month ago. That's what I heard. They've been pitching him to some other clubs, even clubs in Saudi Arabia. There's no certainty he might still be here next season. Throw that all away. David Raya, we still do need a backup for him. We've not talked about that yet. We've been talking about someone in the ilk of Garcia. I think is he not the Real Sociedad goalkeeper or Espanyol goalkeeper? I think it's the Espanyol goalkeeper. That one, they've been mooted to go for the guy, but David Raya is the only guy down there. Neto, you saw what happened when we introduced him in Girona. You saw the clownish acts, unspeakable, deadly acts that happened in Girona. Throw that all away. That's about 3 players. Bro, Bukayo Saka, our talisman, is down and out. We don't know the Saka we're getting back. We have a Martin Odegaard who also doubles as our football captain. I mean, I don't need to tell you. You've seen what we can get from him all season. Came back from injury. They said he's back. Bro, no assist. I mean, we can't even score goals. There's no opening and unlocking of defenses. It's so static in the right-hand side. It doesn't switch from lane to lane. I mean, that's number 4. We need another replacement. And people are talking about Kimmich coming to the football club. That's a story for later in the stream, because that's a cover story on its own. That's about 4 players. We still do need a striker. That's about number 5. Bro, I don't even want to give you the old numbers. Saliba's head is already turned as it is. He might be leaving to Real Madrid at the summer. I mean, can you beat your chest down there, back of the net podcast, and tell me, really, without flinching an eye, and tell me that Saliba might not be on his way down to Real Madrid and down in tools and say, I need to go to Real Madrid. I can't win nothing down here. Bro, that's 6 to 7 players I've already mentioned already for you. We need to get a striker in. Bro, we have a left back who is leaving the football club at the end of the season, Kylian Tierney. That's about 8 players. We need replacements, right? Bro, come on, man. 8 to 9 players. And you just said that this team is a great team. See, back of the net podcast, the reality is that at the end of the summer, when everything comes to the eye test, Arsenal needs about 8 to 9 players. And I'm not talking about the bench. I'm talking of first team players to make things happen. I don't think we even get in 4 players in the summer. How can you say this is a good team? I'm just going by the eye test.
Yeah. No, I hear what you're saying, but you know, let's break the Arsenal team down. Raya in goal, Timber right back, Timber wide, centre back Gabriel Saliba, left back Calafiori when it is Miles Lewis Skelly probably from time to time. Midfield Rice, Odegaard, Moreno. They want Zubimendi, as we know. Saka, Martinelli, Havertz, let's say up top, right? As an 11.
Yeah.
You still have Tomiyasu to come back from his injured. We don't know what's going to happen with Tomiyasu. Kieran Tierney is going. I think when you look at Arsenal, I know what you're saying about 8 players, but then people not take into account, we still have youngsters that we want to blood in as well. If you look at the team, no, but you know what it is? I know what you're saying about 8 players, but that's 8 players to go, 11 on the pitch, and a studded bench of 7 or 8, whatever it is, yeah. I can't see someone like Mikel handling, because, you know, it's only the great managers that can handle benches. No, but it's true. It's only the great managers that can handle them benches where you have world class in a bench. Oh, yeah, you come off the bench. You're going to do a job for me. Like Pep. You know what I mean? But eventually, them players get itchy feet. It's a natural thing. What I want, I'm telling you now, I want a number 2. And I don't want like, you signed me a number 2 on loan that couldn't play in the cup. Raya is playing in the league. You then put that number 2 in the Champions League when he hasn't played any games and he puts that performance. Like, it doesn't make any sense. And that's what's scary about what's going on above Arteta. The problem with Arsenal is there's never any clarity in what is going on. Be excited. And the issue with us as Arsenal fans is we're told certain things, but they act different. If you remember before the Raheem Sterling signing, if they had turned around and said, we're not signing a winger, we're waiting till the summer, we would have been fine. But you're telling us we've got something. Okay.
We've got something. Yeah.
And then the final day you bring me Raheem Sterling. And Raheem Sterling, I can't remember what were the words he said about he said something in his thing, and I thought, all right, cool, come on then. But you're bringing me nothing.
Raheem the Dream Sterling. I mean, this just expresses the fact why we do need a solid spot on director. I mean, I'll just throw you into the shade down here, my brother, man. Do you think it's just because of we don't have an existing spot on director? That's the reason why we've had a very shabby, horrible January transfer window. Do you think if we had someone like of the ilk of this kind of person that's coming in, Andrea Berta, do you think he would have done something different to at least maybe bring a backup striker, maybe to bring a backup midfielder to help out Martin Odegaard in case he's dishing out stinkers like this? Do you think there would have been a difference if a spot-on director was down there while we had that January transfer window?
I think so, yeah. I think that because you've got put yourself in the shoes of the Cronkies, right? I'm not big factor, but you put yourself in the shoes of the Cronkies. Edu's gone. You've got Jason Ito, Tim Lewis, Richard Garlick, or whatever his name is. Yeah?
God, yeah, God. Oh my days, bro. Oh
You
my
got
days.
Richard
Oh,
Garlick.
guys,
Now,
I mean,
your
the
manager,
circus. I mean, it doesn't look so great, right?
your manager comes and says, "I want this striker for 40 million." You don't have a sporting director. You're looking, going, who's doing the business between the Cronkies and Arteta at this point? That Ito was number 2 to Edu-ish. I don't really trust him.
Yeah. Big up to Miss Melina. Miss Melina is in the charts. Great Arsenal fan. One of the founding, guests on this channel. Big respect to her. We love her down here. Big up to you, Miss Melina. AFC always is down here. Into the box, my guy is here. Waffle TV, my G, my brother, the boss is down here. AFC always is down here. It says I don't have the answers. It's down here. See ya, people. You have to go subscribe to Back of the Net podcast. He's a great guy. Has lovely shows. I mean, you'll be seeing him quite here, for some time. Mostly during this peak season. He'll be down here for the Champions League talk. Also, please go subscribe to Back of the Net podcast. Yeah, my brother, you were saying something, man.
No, just saying. So I think in between, because I think, and I was reading something on it, and it kind of all connects together. I think between Cronkies and Arteta is Tim Lewis. The problem is, it's all well and good having businessmen, but do we have football men? Man United had the problem with Ed Woodward was making Casemiro signings and that, and that's all well and good. But you're buying a Casemiro that's 30-something for 350 grand a week. You need people that know football, and that's just how it is. That's why when you look at the Simon Rolfes at by Leverkusen, he's played football. He knows what it's about. You know who to sign and the profiles you need, and that is the issue. You're going to see in the summer. I'm not sitting here saying we're going to sign every player we dream of, but I can guarantee you, with director of football, we will sign players and look and go, oh, okay. They kind of know what they're doing. They've got a plan here. Because you know what? I honestly believe sometimes that Mikel is being left out to dry. Because you know what happens with a lot of these managers? A lot of managers answer, but they answer just to cover the backs of the owners. We're seeing it with Amarim now. We're seeing it with Amarim now. Because sometimes
exposed.
You're flung out there. Like you can see Arteta, when he spoke, what he needs. Yeah. What game was it? After the Newcastle game, we know what he's such and such, but you're left out to dry. But I honestly believe that he wanted a Watkins. I believe he really wanted.
Are you sure? I don't think so. I just think it was making a public show of Arsenal fans. I mean, Mikel Arteta, I mean, when he lies, look at, the people you should be afraid of, are the people that lie with a stern face. Bro, this guy can beat a lie test. No, I'm saying, I'm saying, see, I don't have hate in my heart. I'm actually a Christian. I love people, that love me back. If you hate me, I don't hate you, but go your way. But if you like me, I like you too, But the thing there is that Mikel Arteta has devised means, He understands these things. He knows how to deal with the public. He knows how to deal with the fans. He's a salesman. This guy can lie through his teeth, bro, and nothing would happen. No one would decipher what's going on. I mean, in press conferences, he was out there crying and wailing for a striker, but I mean, it's all part of the plan. It's a lie. He didn't need anyone. He already had thoughts of what he was going to do. I mean, look at Merino. Immediately, Kai Havertz gets injured. Merino becomes his number one guy to put down there. I mean, he has already thought about it even before that even occurred. And he has a number 9 sitting on that bench. And even I don't even want him to bring the kid down there, one Oyedeji guy, Butler, Oyedeji guy who is down there as a number 9. He's not even going to use the guy. You know why? Because Mikel Arteta is not that guy. He's just not the guy. He's an industry plant. It comes from somewhere just because he's a Pep Guardiola con guy, and that gives him the right and the effrontery to come down to Arsenal, become a big time manager down here. And Back of the Net podcast, please don't forget, this man is on 15. Jeez. Yeah. This kind of money, it's not the money that the average guy like me and you are gonna see, man. I mean, I know we invest in crypto, I know we do business here and there. I mean, bro, I mean, seriously, I know, it's a hard amount to come by. I don't think this manager is living that money and running away. It's all part of the plan. It's all part of the big plan. He's big friends with Josh. They share steaks together at Salt Bay. I mean, they just had a luxurious, banquet down there at Dubai. They came back and look at the stinkers. We actually struggled to actually score against Leicester City. They've conceded 55. Go up, bro. Just think about it.
No, but
I mean, think about it. We
I hear you.
struggled to score against Leicester City. Throw that all away. We lost the home match against West Ham. Back of the net
Yeah,
podcast.
but
Where do we draw the line? 47 goal conceded. I mean, in the league only, and we can't even score a goal at home. I mean, this is not fair. Where is the fairness for we Arsenal fans? Where is the justice? There's no justice. There's no fairness. Where is it?
But we have to be real, Tony. Think about it, yeah. But let's not take games in isolation. As I said, and I said this before the West Ham and Arsenal game, right? We went in a bit more confident because we had beaten Leicester, right? We didn't. Cool, we beat Leicester in the last 10 minutes. That's fine. West Ham beat us last season when we were going for a league and in good form. Sometimes you have teams where they just have that thing. It just happens. They have that thing on over you. Villa, just as Arsenal fans, we know Villa at home, Newcastle away, Man City away, Man United that got this weekend is always tricky. Doesn't matter what form we're in, always tricky. Anfield, another one. There's always these type of games. And someone said it, when you play the Newcastles, the Villas, and these teams that set up to just shut up shop, low block, come on, attack us, we don't have anything to do. You saw what Nuno Espirito said. He said, we didn't need to put an extra player in there as Arsenal didn't have anything up front. And teams will see that now. So obviously, for us, it's kind of like defense to midfield. We've seen it in the Champions League so far as well. We've been in decent form. I think the way we play is more suited to that. Don't think we beat PSG comfortably at the Emirates, right?
But again, that was with Kai Havertz and the rest of them. I mean, we don't have Kai Havertz to run to right now. I mean, it's the most hated. It's the most hated Arsenal player. I mean, we don't have that guy to rely on now. We don't even have the luxury of even bringing in a Jesus into the party. I mean, Martinelli is crocked. Trossard can't score goal. Bro, we're messed up. We're messed up in the head. It's another traumatic experience yet again. PTSD, straight up again. We don't even have these players that even helped us out in the Champions. I hear you when you say we beat PSG. I hear you when you say we actually, strong Bayer Leverkusen to the tree, yeah? But, I mean, those players aren't there to save us right now, and that's down to the topic we're even talking about right now, the sporting director. No one to check the excesses of Mikel Arteta at the helms of affairs. That's a bigger problem that we have to face.
Don't you think, though, this is my opinion, I think that's why the board have probably vetoed anything that he wanted to do in January. Because I think they've probably looked and gone, I've seen you spend that much in Calafiori, I've seen you spend this much in Moreno. They haven't hit the ground running yet. So let me see in the summer, let's bring that sporting director. And if we can sit down with him and he says, I'm with Mikel on this, all right, cool. They'll give you the allowance in it. Because as well, it's all well and good going for someone in January, but then you can impact your summer. You can impact your summer. So if we look at love for that, man, love for that. Whoever that is, I will sub to them straight after.
Into the box is a great guy into the box. Yeah.
As well. I think that's where we are with Arsenal. You know what? We're at the time of the season now where we're like, you know what? And I'm probably like you, where I'm like, it's vibes now. It's literally a vibes thing. We win games, we're gonna be happy. We lose, we just sit back and go. And I'm agreeing with you and the rest of the people in the comments that it's sickening that we always come to this. Like, I always say, had we have won that league season, the one where we were top by 8 points, I can guarantee these conversations we're having now would not be running because we'd have a Premier League title. And I can see, though, it's affecting Mikel now because in his head, he's like, okay, 2 years without, I thought this was the year, Liverpool have now come. Now he's probably thinking, all right, you know what? All out in the summer now. And honestly, people might think I'm mad, but I think they've looked at it and gone, Liverpool have now taken over now. City will come back next season. This is we always say this is the year we've got to go big in the window. I'm telling you categorically now, this is the one where every little piece of the puzzle we need has to be sorted. And for me, I did say before the start of the season, I said, if Mikel doesn't win a trophy, get rid of him. I did say that. My thing is only, who can they bring me in the summer that can make me think, do you know what? Because maybe Mikel is our Brendan Rodgers. That may be the case.
Yeah.
Maybe he's that manager that gets you to a point where, listen, I've got you to top 2, top 3, maybe someone else. The problem is, because of the stage of the project, we can't go and get an Ancelotti, because that means you're going against everything that you wanted to do. But for me, if someone like that was available, I'm like, Carlo, we want a Prem, mate. Please come.
Yeah.
Give me 2-3 years.
Yeah.
The players we've got, and then you'll see it. The players will, wow, like Carlo Ancelotti is our boss. Suddenly you're going to Europe, you're going to bigger games. This is our manager, This is and that's what I'm looking to see from the boys.
You know what? Yeah, I mean, see, managers all across the world will want to jump at that Arsenal job. You know why? Because it's such a tasty salary. I mean, 15 million, bro. Come on, man. This is money that people will not see for the rest of their lives. I mean, that's a big package, man. I mean, it's the most expensive manager in the whole of Europe. Do you know of any other manager that earns more than it? Maybe apart from Pep?
I think, is it not Simeone? I think
Simeone, no. I think he topped Simeone.
He's on big money.
He topped Simeone. I don't know. I think he topped Simeone. And it would just be a little, he tops Pep Guardiola. I think he has the farthest. I think he has the farthest bag in the whole world right now.
So Simeone, according to this, Simeone's current salary stands at 39 million, they're saying.
Per year?
This is what it says on here. If that's the case, that is insane.
No, I don't think so, man.
Yeah, it says 2024, he tops the list of the highest paid manager. Yeah, Simeone, I knew it.
Okay, Simeone. Okay, good.
But you are right. That's in the top 3. So, which means
it's in the top 3.
Bring me what they're doing. Because and also, I'm glad you mentioned that point. We're talking about Simeone, right? He's in a league with Barcelona and Real Madrid, and he's battling against the 2 beasts. He doesn't look at the place. He is handling it. Look at them, firmly in La Liga, Champions League. I'm telling you now, this is my opinion.
They're everywhere. I think
they knock out Real Madrid. That's my opinion. I think they're the only team in world football that you look at and go, man, if they score first, it's a wrap. Like, honestly, like they are. No, but it's true. And that's what I want.
Ancelotti gets 8 million. He gets £8 million. He's receiving more than Ancelotti in Real Madrid. And I mean, after countless of Champions Leagues and league titles at Real Madrid, and he's still earning £8 million. Well, we have a manager who has only won an FA Cup with an Unai Emery team, and he's with 15 Gs. We reward failure.
I have a quick question for you, Tony. Just a quick one, because I don't want to keep us on the subject. Do you think if we had run it with Emery, we would be further up?
Yeah. I think so, because because he knows he needs a striker. Look at the strikers he's got. I mean, Asensio came in. I mean, he's brought in Rashford. I mean, he does have a knack for bringing in players, that could help him out. He understands 1 or 2 things about the Spanish market. I mean, he brought in a 6-foot+ player from Spain, Pau Torres. I mean, great player, man. And that's just within the confines of what he could actually get from Aston Villa. What if he was in a much more bigger club and the avenue opens up for more bigger players? Do you think he would waste that fund and go get in a Sterling? Oh, my days, bro. Raheem the Dream Sterling. Bro, come on, man. We're not doing this. Do you think Unai Emery is going to bring someone like Sterling into his team? Come on, man. Let's don't do this.
The only thing I'll say about Emery is Villa have to finish in Europe. In regards to this PSR and the finances, he's put them under so much pressure. They have to finish in Europe. If they don't, with the wages they're giving these players and the money they've plugged in, Villa will struggle. They'll have to sell next. They've sold Durant for big money already, and that was kind of to offset and balance. They'll have to sell quite a few again. So again, he's gone in turn, and I think that's where the mind of Arsenal is a bit different. The more business savvy of, do you know what? We don't want to put
the more business side. They sold Durant for big money. They sold Durant for big money.
Yeah,
Bro, they have players down there that they could even still sell for more big money. Down there, they have a Watkins who would go for a decent £50 million. And don't forget, Aston Villa is not a club that needs money. They need to sell to balance. They don't need, like, it's not a club that is in need of funds. They're a rich club. Yeah, and it's one of all these traditional clubs that could sell merch, that have gate takings. They've been in the Premier League for so many seasons. And mind you, they've already crossed into the next stage of the Champions League. They do have money that they've gotten from crossing the stages of the Champions League. If they go ahead and win the next matchup in the Champions League, that's another progression to the quarterfinals. That's also big money for them. They're getting money from these extra areas where normally those avenues wasn't open to them seasons ago. Now it's open for them. They're in the Premiership. I mean, are they still in the FA Cup?
Yeah.
They're still in the FA Cup. So, I mean, there's still lots more money to be made, man. Lots more money. I mean, they brought in Rashford. Merchandise sales for Rashford has gone up. Like I saw, many shirts have been sold. I mean, Asensio came in. They love the guy in that football club. So many things are going on down there. But I hear you. But I think they will balance the books. Easy. Yeah, they're on much pressure. But again, they've done good business. When was the last time Arsenal sold a player for in the essence of £60 million? Your own football club. Shout out to Waffle TV. He gives me £5. Big up to my brother. Big up Waffle TV. I mean, what can I say? Big up to you, my guy. You know you're always my brother, man. That's why we always do things together. Big up to you.
You know, now you've mentioned it. Yeah, like I don't know, man. It's just frustrating being an Arsenal fan. And for me, it's like, I feel like every year it's kind of like there's just something missing. You know, and I don't know about you guys, but when we had that previous transfer window, I thought, oh my God, we did so great. And then we signed Havertz. And it just took the window, took the stuffing out of me. I was like, what was the point? And don't forget,
what was the point?
We originally bought him to play him in that position where to miss Xhaka. Imagine. You're trying to replace Xhaka with Havertz. But then because you've realized the error, like, man, I need someone of that ilk. So you've gone and got Moreno. So you know you made the mistake. You paid 65 million for that.
Error. I mean, because you know we have to move on a steady pace. Kimmich talks. I mean, it's all over the papers. I know you've heard it. I know you have an eye for that one. But I mean, let's look for the basis why we do need a Kimmich in this team, and it's no other person than our captain, bro. Back of the Net podcast, the captain of our football club. No other person than Martin Slaughtergaard. Bro, I mean, look at the numbers. The numbers don't add up. I know everyone wants a hero. I mean, when I was growing up, I wanted a hero. I won't lie to you. I wanted to be that guy that looked up to one of these players and say, yeah, that's my hero. I mean, he just goes, stop that film and scores a goal. Thierry Henry was the guy for me. I looked up to him and said, yeah, this is my it was my core hero. Yeah. We do need those core heroes. I understand. These kids, I mean, they love someone who just flicks his hair and do all those nasty stuff. But I mean, let's call a spade a spade. He has dished out stinkers, for the team. I thought when he went down injured, I thought when he comes back, I thought that the assist rate will turn up. I thought that he would cut into defenses. I thought he would unlock. Several areas across the pitch, mostly on that right-hand side. He hasn't done that with the demise of Bukayo Saka. And again, is this static player? He does it. He's always in that right-hand side. I've seen number 10s, in most teams. They're always roaming about. Some of them are just, deeply rooted, just at the edge of the box, ready to take that snapshot. Some of them are very, very mobile from left to right. But Martin Odegaard is always situated in that right-hand side. Hence, Kimmich has come to light. It has come to light that Bayern Munich withdrew their contract offer that they offered Kimmich. Do you think Kimmich is that kind of guy that will come into this team and get, into a starting 11 like that? Do you think he replaces Martin Odegaard? But keen to that factor that we have Mikel Arteta at the helms of affairs. He loves his favourites. He loves his generals. Do you think Kimmich is that kind of guy that will come in? Does he have the skill set to come into the football club and give us something different, something unique? I mean, he's a fast player. He could, take one or two players around. He could unlock defenses. He could drop that shoulder. He could, there's so many things he can do with his skill set. And also, he could also take those snapshots from outside outside the box, outside the 18-yard box. He's that good a player. Do you think he's that kind of guy you would like to see in our team?
I think he more comes to replace like a Jorginho and Partey, because I think in the summer, I think them two are gone. So I think the signing of Kimmich would be more to say, do you know what? It's relative, at the age 30 to 32, 33 experience, Champions League experience, a winning mentality. And, I've got this whole thing about, I don't know, German footballers, they've got the mentality of winning. Like them buying players know what it's about, yeah? So I think that's what we kind of see. And also the other thing that Arteta would like, he can play right back. He can play right back. I love right back players where, you know what, Ben White, you're going to
all across the pitch.
This is what I'm saying. So, and let's not forget, so what, that signing would be free, right? Wouldn't he, Kimmich? But you'd pay the wages.
Yeah.
You couldn't go wrong with something like that, because yes, you pay the wages, and that's Kimmich. That's sorted. That helps Kimmich and Zubimendi. Let's say they're the two we get in. Let's just say, right?
Okay.
Let's just say Zubimendi, Kimmich, Rice. They're not all three going to play in that midfield. So Kimmich will probably be the one that will sometimes play right back, will sometimes come to midfield, help out, add to the squad, and all depend on it whether he would accept that situation. However, what I will say, like you, when Martin Odegaard got injured at international duty, I was crushed. I was like, yep, season done, upset, whatever. He came back and I thought, okay, you've just had a kid, fine. But man, his form has been absolutely awful. I don't know, but he just doesn't see. He doesn't. But you know what? He just doesn't seem. He doesn't seem the same. There's something about him. He just doesn't seem the same at all.
Is he a clone? Did they clone the guy? I mean, I heard that they clone people in Hollywood. I mean, don't quote me for that. I'm just saying, man. Was that guy cloned? I mean,
just doesn't look the same. But what I will say though is, if you are a 10 or in that position with Odegaard, if you don't have a striker that can run onto the ball, it's very hard to play that position. Best way I can describe it, imagine being Mesut Ozil and you're playing in this team and you're having to pass to Moreno up front. What type of passes are you giving Moreno? You can't do the through balls you normally do. Odegaard's best way of playing is when he gets it, turns around, and you remember how it was quick at the beginning. Jesus, bang, it's gone through to Jesus. Or Saka's there, Saka. Now you're looking one area, cool. You got Trossard. Trossard don't have the burst of pace that Odegaard needs to give the ball to.
Yeah.
And if you look left wing, that's where we struggle. That's why we talk about Barcola, Nico Williams, them type of wingers where they get the ball, sprint past you, step over. Trossard gets it, and it's like he's never going to beat you for pace, Trossard. But he'll give you a little drop of the shoulder that might beat you. So,
drop of the shoulder and moving and around.
So it is hard for Martin Odegaard, but I want to see more. I did, by the way, I went to watch Arsenal Man City live. I was at the stadium. That game,
great.
That game, he looked amazing. He was pressing from the front. He was telling everyone, come. And he was a trigger for us, which was fantastic. But we need more from him. And I've always said, and this might sound very controversial, I like the armband to go to someone that is more combative, battler, central midfielder. When we signed Declan Rice, I said, trust me, give that guy the armband, him or Gabriel, as the captain. I want someone where, like when we've all played ball, when you're playing ball and you're like this on the pitch, like, we're struggling. You need that manager, that captain that goes, lift your head up, Like Vieira. Remember Vieira back in the day? Do you think you were?
Oh, my days, man. Yeah, man. Come on, that's what we need.
I can't see Odegaard do now.
Yeah, that's what we need.
Come on, boys. But I want aggression.
Magalhaes. How about a Magalhaes? How about a Magalhaes, bro?
Yeah, him or Rice.
Yeah,
1 or 2.
Yeah, but Rice, I'll be a little bit careful. I mean, he's not putting up befitting performances, but I mean, it's one good game, 2 drop games. maybe that number that we got him for is beginning to really rear its head and really put him under big scrutiny and big pressure.
Nah, right. Listen, Rice is an amazing player. All I will say, and I'll say this on the West.
No, I didn't say he's not an amazing player, but I mean, show me. Back of the net podcast. It's past. It's past. He's a good player. I mean, we know Odegaard. We know what he brings to the table, but you need to show us. We know you this. We know you're a general. No problem. You're an unlocker of defenses. Good and okay. Show it to us on the pitch. Declan Rice, great player. Show it to us. You can't deny that his performances hasn't really been,
Yeah, he's been asked.
He hasn't really been great.
But he's been asked to play a role he's not really that good with. Look, Arteta's asked him to play that position of, is it the left
exactly, yeah. And as a box-to-box player, I mean, it affects him too, right?
You put Rice in the 6. Look, when we stuck Rice in the 6 and sat him there, yeah. Look at the performance the guy gave us. Man City at home, bossed it, absolutely bossed it. Liverpool away did a job for us. Man United at home, same thing. That's why now they're looking, going, cool. If we're gonna play him in a box-to-box, because he's having to do box-to-box and do the 6 because of how Arsenal is set up. Now, if we sign a Zubimendi or whatever midfielder it may be, suddenly that's your role, Rice. That's all I want from you. You're not doing the 2 roles, whatever.
Doing the 2. I hear you.
It's too much. Look at Kante.
It's too much for him, right?
It's too much. And Arsenal, if you look at the way Arsenal play, from we're not as solid as we used to be, and he's been asked to do too much sometimes, right? So you can see it. And all I just want to touch on, the West Ham game was very, very poor, I admit it. But when you deep it and break it down, let's not forget, he played for that club for how long? From young, right? He's obviously feels a way about it. I watched a clip when he went to go and take a corner, and the West Ham fans were diss at him. Imagine you, who you grew up with and you love, and then you're going to take a corner and like, Judas, all this, you're like, what? Like, you do get affected, and that's why Mikel probably took him off, because it would affect you naturally. But yes, you look right.
Yeah, we have some questions for you, Back of the Net podcast. I mean, that's why I like my channel. We have shooters down here that are ready to pressure you. I mean, we're ready to break you into 2. I mean, the assembled is here with that question. That's the first one. It says, question: if Emery wins something and Arteta doesn't, I would say his position at his club would be unbearable. Would that be a kind way to say that?
Yeah. If Emery wins one over Arteta, because if you look, Emery can possibly win the FA Cup or the Champions League. Those are the 2 trophies left. If he was to win either one, that's a spectacular feat. And yeah, I think at that point, more questions have to be asked of Arteta. Naturally, anyway, being an ex-Arsenal manager as well.
Of course, he says Odegaard has the ability, but not the personality to make him a top player. AFC always says, yeah, Rice is not a box-to-box midfielder. I mean, our brother Back of the Net have just reiterated that. And he says, yeah, Andrew Smith would be a better captain than Odegaard, the guy who sunk the Titanic, guys. I mean, see, the last one before we go, man. PSV. I mean, we have that matchup coming tomorrow. Back of the Net podcast has just dropped his water. Is about to release a preaching on us on this one. How do you spin this one on us? Back of the Net podcast. Do you think we're gonna nick this one? And bro, it's away from home and Eindhoven. I don't think they've lost a game in Eindhoven Stadium. The PSV is a big team to deal with. I mean, you've seen the scalps they've gotten this season. I mean, they've taken the scalp of FC Barcelona this season in the Champions League. I mean, you could see what they put Juventus through, ran them ragged, made them look like complete Oreos when they played against them. I mean, what do you think, man? PSV Arsenal, do we go there and get smashed up tomorrow, or do you think we'll go there and we'll be victorious?
I don't think we'll get smashed up. I was saying earlier today, the main thing for me, I want to come out of that stadium and go back to the Emirates and feel comfortable and feel safe with whatever result we get. So, for example, I don't want to be down 2 goals going back. Like the Newcastle Carabao Cup. I don't want that. I want a nice 2-0 if possible. I know it's very difficult to win that. I want a nice 2-0, go to the Emirates, whatever, or any victory. Someone just said a stinky 1-0, even that, because what you want to go to the Emirates and they can't sit back. That's what you want. Because if you look at it, yes, they're unbeaten, yes, but in December 2023, we dusted them 4-0. Yes, we had our best 11, but it was one of them. I think that was our first Champions League game, wasn't it? In a long time. I think
sure.
And we beat them 4-0. I think we went to their place, drew 1-1. It's a tricky place to go. They don't have world-class superstars, but they've got a good team. Luke de Jong, Veerman, Bakayoko, I think they kept on the bench last one. They've got this other guy, Sabara, Ben something.
Sabara. I mean, they have killers down there. I mean, might not be the world-class guys we're talking about, but they have killers and assassins down there, man, ready to rumble.
We are better. I'm sorry, we are better. We are better. I'm sorry. We are a better team
than PSV?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I believe so. I'm seeing this team lose to NAC.
Wait. How are we better? Wait. Back up there. Wait, bro. How are we better than PSV? I'm just saying. How are we better than them?
I'm not letting a team.
But with what we have right now, how are we better than PSV? With what we have now, we don't have a striker. They have 2 strikers to count on. We don't have a midfielder to churn out chances. They do have midfielders that would step up the plate and try to edge Arsenal if Arsenal do come out to play football. They do have these players. They have a good defense. Might not be the best, in the world, but they have a decent defense. So, what makes us more better than that team?
Regardless of no striker, I watched Juventus create chances against these lot, and Juventus are not the best. Juventus are not the best team. They're not the best team, and I understand we don't have a striker. But if you're Arsenal,
big up DWTT, big up to you, brother.
But if you look at Arsenal now, you look and you go, you know what? We're playing PSV, cool. Technically, quality. If you look at player for player, Moreno, yes, he's not a striker, but it's Moreno. Won the Euros. We've got a Rice. We've got Odegaard. We've got Partey. We've got quality. We do, but I'm saying it's not going to be easy. Champions League, no matter who you get at this stage, is difficult. We're going to see tomorrow when Villa play Bruges. It's tough. We saw Bruges dust up Atalanta. This is just the stage of the competition.
That's a big one.
This stage is not about being technically. It's about being smart. Sometimes you watch these teams, you think, how did they get to the final? It's all about controlling yourself properly. This is why Liverpool are doing so well this season. There's some games, not every time gung-ho. Sometimes, you know what? Sit back. We counter-attack. We get our goal. We sit back again. Just come out of there with a lead, Go back to the Emirates, and then they have to come out. Because if they come with a lead to the Emirates, and they go, do you know what? You got to come at us. Come at us with what striker next week? What striker are we going to pull out next week to go?
I mean, back of the net podcast, I mean, it was just good, and it was just that you use Liverpool, as a point of reference. When you look at that Liverpool team, do you know how many world-class players they do have in that team?
I would say.
How many do you think they have? How many world-class players do you think they have? Just name them.
Alisson, Van Dijk, Trent, Salah. Trent Salah. Let's be honest. World class is a big word. 4.
4? No, they have 5 to 6, even 7 world class players. Bro, Shazbullah is a world class player. I mean, come on, man. Let's not even think about it. It walks into any team in the Premier League. No, wait. Does Shazbullah work into any team in the Premier League, the best league in the world? Does he enter into any team in this league?
Not every team, nah.
Come on, man. But come on, don't do this. Come on, don't do this, brother. Don't do this. Don't do this. Come on, bro. Don't do this. Don't do this.
World class so loosely. If people are telling me Lamine Yamal is world class, I'm not having Zoboslai being world class. If you're gonna say a very good player, I'm alright with that. But not world.
Bro, they're on the cusp of winning a treble this season. If he wins that, he becomes a world-class player because he has already gotten the ammunition. He has the medals to prove it by the end of the season and next season. People would, it will now be confirmed that he's a world-class player. So let's don't sit down here and act as if Liverpool, are not sitting, with about 5-6 players that are world-class down there. How many world-class players does Arsenal have to bail us out in games where we do need goals? That's the problem. They do have a Salah who would step up and get them goals when they don't need one. Arsenal doesn't have a Salah type of guy right now. We don't have that. We don't have world-class players that would step up. We don't. And that's a bigger problem. That's a bigger problem. Yeah. So when we going into this game against PSV, my brother, bro, you're overtly confident about this. I'm surprised you're this
Listen, bro.
confident
Listen,
about this.
you know me. I'm a realistic Arsenal fan. What I'm saying is,
Yeah,
it's going to be a tricky game. It's the type of game where you have to go in with a lead to the Emirates. We've seen it, bro. Look when okay, prime example. We played Bayern at the Emirates. Remember, first leg was at home, right?
yeah.
We've got that draw. When had we have won that game, they beat us 1-0 second leg. It could have been different. This point is all about balance. Listen, we saw great teams in the past. Mourinho team celebrating a draw away, 0-0 or 1-1, going, cool, we've got it. We're going to go back to our home stadium now. And that's what you've got to do. Listen, when Liverpool play PSG, even if they're 1-0 down, you're going to go, they're back at Anfield, it's different now. That's what you want. You want PSV to come to the Emirates going, man, if we concede one, I'm scared now. We can't have them come in 2-0 like, you know what? We'll sit back, we're good. Because I don't know who's going to be back by next week. God forbid, touch wood, we don't. Do we get another injury over this, this game or so, or over the weekend? We don't know what's going to happen. But I just look at it and I go, we can't underestimate them. But if I look in terms of quality, other teams have got tougher fixtures. But imagine we had Atletico Madrid right now. How would you be feeling?
Oh my days, bro.
You see?
Don't even call that name around here because we'll be broken and bro, man, it won't be easy, man.
You see what I'm saying? So if you look at who's left in the Champions League, that's not saying PSV are rubbish because they deserve to be there. But what I'm saying is we should, over 2 legs, beat them. We should. Obviously, the next bit, Real Madrid or Atletico, suddenly I'm like, hey.
Yeah. I mean, you have to tap out because you don't have world-class players to bail you out in those type of games where you do need world-class players to bail you out from. And we don't have any of those. Yeah, I mean, Atletico have Griezmann to actually bail them out, and a host of other players. Yeah, Real Madrid, they have the Vinicius Jr. I mean, they have Kylian Mbappe. I mean, they have all these players that will bail them out in big situations.
So quick one as well on that. What I want to say is, when I talk about Arsenal, I don't say as if we're going to win it. What I'm saying, I want to see progression. The last one we got to, what was it, round of 16 last year? Was it quarterfinals? Quarterfinals. Go one step further. If you get to the, because let's not forget, I'm not saying how Man City did it. Quarterfinal, semi-final, final. They lost, then they won. We're not gonna go from round of 16 quarterfinal to winning it. But I want to see progression. So suddenly, when you know, because it gets into your head, we're in the semi-finals. All right, cool, we lost.
Yeah.
Next year we go again, man. We can do this. That's what you do. If we keep always round of 16, listen, I'll tell his job's on the line because he's not done well in the cups. Emery on his worst time. Emery at his worst time took us to Baku.
Exactly, man.
We went
to go to Baku.
I'll never forget Mastaya. Remember El Obar and Laka doing a celebration.
Oh my days, man. Man. Yeah.
And that's all we ask for. That's all we ask for. We want to see progression,
Yeah. The last question before we go. So what happens if Arsenal lose?
It's season fully done then. And then also for me as well, it's the manner as well. If we go out with a limp, the same way we lost to Newcastle at Carabao, I'll be the first to come out and be like, get rid of this manager now. He can go. Because you can't throw away cups, man. And that was what annoyed me about that league season. Remember that league season? We're doing well.
Oh, my days, bro. We threw away everything.
Let's rotate against Sporting. Sporting knocked us out. Like, you had a chance there to win something, but...
Yeah. What's your prediction for the matchup against PSV tomorrow, my brother? Are you doing a watch along for that, or you would just want to enjoy the game alone, sipping champagne or red wine and something?
Nah, you know what's the maddest part and the worst part? I'm working. Imagine during the game. So I'm working.
Evening shifts, man. Oh, my brother, man. No.
I'm working this month. Next week, I think I'm off. So what I might try and I'm working the earlier shifts. I'm going to try and do what's long next week for the second leg. But this one is going to be tricky. Listen, I'll take a stinky one. I'll take a 2-1. Any lead, man. Any type of
anyone.
Give me Gabriel Header. Give me that.
Gabriel Header. Do you think we should be putting Mikel Merino in that number 9 position, or do you want to see a traditional number 9 striker come in yeah, and take its rightful deserving place in Butler Oyedeji, putting him down there in that number 9 position. Someone who at least understands his surroundings, understand that he's a striker, understand that when you need him to get in behind the defenders, he can. Understanding that if you want him to drop a shoulder, take a 1-2 twist turn, and get a shot, a crack at at the post of the opponent, you can call on that kind of person because he's a natural striker. You can't call on Mikel Merino to give you what a striker would do. Yeah, he scored 2 lovely goals against Leicester City, but I mean, it's not that that goal was dripping in finesse. I mean, it's just a careful, nice loop from a player who has lots of class, and it got to his head and he slot into the net. There was no finish there. There was no skill set there. Just direct your head and guide it into the post. Do you think it's time where we need someone who understands what it means to be a striker? He understands at least what it means to be a baby assassin in that number 9 slot when we get down there at Eindhoven tomorrow and lock on to PSV?
I think it's too much to ask for, because I think if you're going to play a player like that, you have to at least give him games leading up to that game in preparation time. And I don't think we really gave him that. I don't think you can really chuck him in there. For me,
we've not given him at all.
Yeah, so I would do something random. Me, this might sound mad to everybody, but me, I would go 1 year. I would go Wanyeri, Sterling, Trossard as a front three, because I think I know. Listen, hear me out. Wanyeri, we know what it gives us. You know what it is? I'm telling you now, Tony. Raheem needs a goal. I'm genuinely. That is. We've seen it with footballers. When he missed that penalty against Girona, confidence was zapped. And the thing is, when a player doesn't have confidence and you take him out the team, how do they get it back? You can't get it back because you're not in the team. So I think Raheem really is a goal. So I'd say put all 3, because what it is, playing Moreno makes it too obvious what we're going to do. The ball's going to go up.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to loop the ball and,
You see, if you play the 3, you can suddenly go Sterling left, Trossard up top, false 9, Wanyeri right. Suddenly, you get the ball, swap these 2, Trossard, I'm trying to say you can kind of interchange it. When I think about that,
I agree with you. Funny enough, I agree with you on that one.
Do you know what it is? PSV defenders are probably going, if they play Moreno, that's fine, cool. Ball
that's fine.
Got a battle in, can get the ball off in.
Just give him a rough shoulder.
I'm telling you, when you play free, fleet-footed little players, it's hard to beat it. And best way I can describe it is when Barcelona used to do the. I'm not saying they're as good, but I'm just saying they used to do the triangle of Villa, Pedro, Messi, all interchange. And you'll be watching like, where's Wanyeri gone? Where's Sterling gone? That's what we need, because then you can have the physicality of Rice, Odegaard and Moreno in your midfield instead.
Midfield, yeah.
Because we need that balance in midfield. I don't want to see anything off balance. And listen, if you got Odegaard, now we need you. I don't care.
Now we need you.
I don't care what you've done previously. Cool, people can say the league is gone. Congrats, Liverpool, well done. But now, start cooking, mate. Because listen, it's getting hot out there. We need you. Stand up and be counted. We need you. Genuinely, stand up and be counted, because the summer will come, and I might go, I'm not sure on you, anymore. I'm really, really not sure. So, what's this? Of the game? I think in this game, I would go with Calafiori.
Calafiori?
Yeah, because I don't think defensively he's not the best. He's sorting himself out. But do you know what it is? I've seen Skelly now. I saw the Wolves thing. I saw the thing against West Ham. And he's got that little bit of, we can't afford to go to 10. We can't.
To 10. We can't, man. We can't. We can't.
So I think Calafiori, I think Ethan will be fine. Ethan's done it. Did it at Girona. It's not the same of high-pressure game, but he's done it. And Ethan, I think, has that. He has something different up here, man. He's our version of Yamal. He's our Yamal right now.
He's our Yamal. He's a great player. I like the guy. Guys. I mean, Back of the Net podcast has one word for Odegaard. You need to show up and be counted in tomorrow's game. It's just simple. Show up and be counted, Odegaard, because he remains that guy that you still is a go-to guy. And he's also a captain. He's a go-to guy. So we don't have any other option than to hope and pray that Martin Odegaard decides to show up in that game against PSV, and only then can Arsenal have a more easier task of actually creating or beating PSV away from home and over in our Champions League game tomorrow. Back of the Net podcast. Thank you for joining us. 1 hour, exactly 1 hour show. I really enjoyed this. And with you, because you're a natural, it's just easy to just coast, within this minute. And, it's so easy to create content with you because you do understand what it means to, what it means to listen to someone, understand other people's opinions, and other people to show that same kind of inclination towards you in trying to understand where you're coming from in certain areas. And that's why I need you on my shows most of the time. So what do you have coming up, my brother, man? What do you have coming up? Tell people your channel and what you got coming up, and
so obviously
all that good stuff.
Back of the Net podcast. Catch me on TikTok every day. I'm doing one TikTok. It'll be about Arsenal games. I might quick one. Today I spoke about Andrea Berta. Tomorrow my PSV Arsenal preview will come up, and then I've got stuff on YouTube come up. Loads of people, even yourself, Tony. We're going to do some stuff on YouTube. But literally, follow me on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. I'm all there, man. Twitter as well, or X as they call it. I'm all around. But thanks for supporting. At
least 3 people have already subscribed to you from here today.
So much.
At least 3 people. I mean, when I tell you to pop in, this is why I tell you to pop in. Pop in. You might just get 3 to 4 subscribers in. Our brother Into the Box subscribed to your channel. I think Waffle has already subscribed to your channel. Into the Box was on your channel. BBK subscribe to your channel. So let's just keep doing it like that and see where it takes us to. Jordan Heyman says, big up Tony, big up to you, man.
Subscribe to you. Make sure you subscribe to Tony if you haven't already, and big up for having me on. And like we said, we're gonna do some more content. It's just work, man, and that's why I said, man. I salute all the people on the YouTube platform at the moment, because the grind that I find to have to finish work, have my setup done, and it is hard work.
It's mad. It's mad, man. It's mad. It's crazy.
To everybody that does it, and that's why, to be fair, my TikTok's my most popular at the moment, because it's easier to do my 1 minute snippets.
And you can do it on the go. You can do it on the go. I just got into. I'm gonna add you up on TikTok, because I'm doing a TikTok takeover too. So it would even be nice for us to even do a matchup or something like that on TikTok. Let's get it going. Yeah, it would be nice.
Add me after this, for sure.
Yeah, I'll add you after this, man. All right, guys. Yeah, everyone, smash up the like to this. Go to Back of the Net channel if you've not subscribed to his channel. Subscribe to him, show him some love. You'll be seeing him on the channel quite a few times in the coming weeks and coming days. From me and Back of the Net podcast, we are out, people. Peace, people. Peace.